Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's do some driving and talking, because what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about Bruce Wayne becoming Nightwing. Tom Taylor doing some dumb shit again, and the Heartless finally making his move is framing Dick Grayson for murder. If y'all don't know, y'all know Dick Grayson is like Blüdhaven's favorite son. After he moved from Gotham City to Blüdhaven, that became his little city or whatever, and Nightwing becomes very important to the city of Blüdhaven. There's a guy called Heartless where he is literally where he literally rips out the heart of homeless people, right? And this run started about 2-3 years ago with Tom Taylor. I can't remember. I kind of dropped it because I got bored of the story, honestly. And now they're trying to finally be like, okay, now he's finally making his move, right? And what happened is he was Dick Grayson been framed for murder, and he's also been poisoned into being afraid of heights. You know what I'm saying? So he's dealing with the fact that he's poisoned, afraid of heights, and he's accused of murder. Then the Heartless threatened that all heroes have to leave the city, and if they don't leave the city, he kills somebody every 30 minutes, right? So Bruce Wayne decides to step up and become Nightwing. Now, y'all already know how dumb that shit is anyway. Bruce Wayne is taller than his son, Dick Grayson, and is buffer than, Nightwing. When you think of Nightwing, you don't think of a big 275 pounds of muscle. You know what I'm saying? That's like getting current Ben Affleck in a Daredevil costume, and you're just like, how the fuck? What? Motherfucker, you is too goddamn big. You know what I'm saying? You is going to crush criminals. Like, there is no laughing matter with that kind of stuff. What I was thinking, because that's why I'm bringing this up, because I don't really care for Tom Taylor's Nightwing run anyway. What I was thinking, common sensely, is that Tim Drake should have stepped up and been Nightwing. And it was already, I forgot what artist, Travis Moore did a sketch concept of Tim Drake stepping up to be Nightwing, because I think it was a concept that was supposed to happen with DC where Dick Grayson, something happens to Dick Grayson, and the only person that could step up and take the mantle of Nightwing was Tim Drake at the time, because, Tim Drake was Red Robin at the time, and with Damian Wayne as Robin and Dick out of commission, the only person who made more sense was Tim Drake, and then Tim Drake steps up and becomes Nightwing, and it would make a lot more sense, and it would be a more interesting story to have Tim Drake as Nightwing more so than Batman, because look at Batman. Like, the criminals don't need to fear. But at this point, if you're going to have Batman be Nightwing, you might as well have Batman go ahead and finish off the Heartless. Because Batman would. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make no sense. Okay, Bruce, you won't interfere when the Heartless is killing people throughout these 2 years, but you'll step up and be Nightwing. Are you going to finish off Dick Grayson's work? It only makes logical sense. But you see what I'm saying when I'm saying that, like, how these people don't care about the continuity of these stories, and then people like me have to be like, well, common sense would say, hey, instead of Bruce Wayne, it would make more sense for Tim Drake, when Tim Drake is actually set up for moving into another mantle anyway. I'm not saying that he has to permanently take Nightwing's position, but what I'm saying is you can have you can have Tim Drake be Nightwing and actually figure out how to stop Heartless, something that Dick Grayson might have overlooked or whatever. And then while he, you know, Dick Grayson is training in Dead Man, you can have Tim figure out how to stop him. So that way people can put a little bit more respect back on Tim Drake. And then a new villain comes that, you know, that can match Tim in intelligence or whatever. Tim defeats him. But then another villain comes to the point where, okay, Tim and the Bat family are trying to stop this villain or whatever, but it's up to Dick Grayson to come back and save the family so people can realize, like, oh yeah, we kind of figured that Nightwing, the real Nightwing, wasn't here. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, like, when they figured that Batman was dead and there was another Batman, they knew it wasn't Batman. The criminals kind of know. You know what I mean? And I think you can do something like that. Like, because you already let Commissioner Gordon have their moment. You let Dick Grayson have his moment. Let Tim Drake have his moment. If you're not going to let him have it in Batman, let him have it in Nightwing. That way, it can rejuvenate, you know, the character of Tim Drake. You know what I'm saying? Especially all that nonsense after, you know, making him bisexual, which didn't work. Which proves to y'all that y'all need to go back to Tim being a straight character, which he is a straight character. I don't give a damn what none of y'all talking about. Whoever talking about, oh, he's bisexual. No, he's not bisexual. He is damn straight. He's been straight for damn near close to 40 years. It's only you let Megan Fitzmartin do it, and then where that bitch at now? Nowhere to be fucking found, because nobody wants her work, because she fucking screwed up the character so bad that nobody wants her. She screwed up the character so bad that she fucking ruined Young Justice to the point where they don't even want to deal with Young Justice. People, DC was like, fuck Young Justice and fuck Tim Drake Robin, a character who was very prominent in the DC universe. Then he was pushed aside because of the new fucking, not the new 52, but was pushed aside after post New 52 when they got to DCU, where the Teen Titans magically disappeared. Then reintroduced him in DC Rebirth, where that was really cool. Then reestablished his relationship with Stephanie, the spoiler, which that was really good, just for y'all to go and make him gay because Megan thought it was a good idea. Because, hey, we need a gay Robin. No, you don't. You don't need a gay Robin. Not at all. Like, Seduction of Innocence is a book, is a reason why DC made sure that Batman and Robin were straight characters, because there was rumors going around back in the day that Batman and Robin is making boys gay. So why would you do some shit like that? But anyway, like I said, with the Heartless happening right now, I mean, the Heartless killing folks or whatever, and the Titans being forced out of Blüdhaven, which that's another thing I'm so sick of. I don't understand this whole notion of the heroes having to be forced out of the city by a villain. How the fuck does that work? So the police just gonna be like, you know, or whatever, and then the citizens want to blame the heroes or whatever. It's just like, no, because everybody's been sitting around for fucking 2 years in this story arc and not taking down the Heartless. He's been constantly killing Tim Drake, the Bat family. I mean, the Bat family was in there, the Titans are in there, and still nobody has been able to take down the Heartless, and now you're gonna let him tell y'all get the fuck about the city or I'm gonna kill people. You've been fucking killing people since the fucking start of the damn series. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, the shit don't make sense, Tom Taylor. God, like, you give Tom Taylor, Tom is such a weird conundrum, because when you give him the DC universe outside of continuity, he can tell a great story. But then when you put his ass on continuity, it's hot shit. This shit don't make no sense. Wrap this hoe up. It was stupid to put Bruce Wayne in there. First off, you got Bruce Wayne. He's buff. He got stubble. He looks like, you know, Dick Grayson look older. You know, you're not even going to try to shape his hair like Dick Grayson, which, you know, at least Tim Drake can pull off, you know, Nightwing's hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? And he has the agility, the agility abilities because he's been trained to do that kind of stuff. The only thing about it is he probably would be using the schema sticks. He'll be using the bow staff. Okay, great. You know what I'm saying? And in that way, maybe that can lead into a new code name for Tim Drake or something like that. Even though, you know, he doesn't really need one. Just call his ass fucking Red Robin again and just call it a day. You know what I'm saying? And then once Tim Drake defeats the Heartless, have Dick Grayson come back and resume Nightwing. And that's really the story arc you really should go by. That's the most logical one. But, you know, hey, I don't know nothing about comic books. But, hey, what do you guys think? Are you guys excited that Batman is going to take up the role of Nightwing? I mean, Bruce Wayne's taking up the role of Nightwing while Nightwing's out of commission. Do you think Tim Drake should have been Nightwing? Or some of y'all might think Jason Todd? Ooh. But Jason Todd already tried that in a story arc, and that was like Nightwing versus Nightwing. That's I think the Chuck Dixon run back in the day. But you know, if you read it, you know what I'm talking about. Or do you think maybe one of his Titans friends should have stepped up? You know what I'm saying? Who could have stepped up? I don't know. I'm just saying. Just tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.